Hello, it's Carrie here from the Female Entrepreneur Association, and welcome to the 10-minute masterclass, your weekly dose of inspiration to build a successful business. So, over the past year, you have probably seen communities popping up left, right, and centre, and maybe you even have your own community, which would be amazing if you do, because they are so powerful. But what we're talking about in this session is how you can actually build your own engaging community, especially one where you don't have to be creating lots and lots of content on top of everything else that you're doing. And joining us to share her tips and talk about this with us is the amazing Yifat Cohen. She's the founder of YCN Media Group. Yifat, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Lovely to be here again.
I'm so excited to have you back. I'll put the link to the last masterclass we did with you last time, which was just amazing, in this blog post below. Everyone should go and check it out. But I'm excited to talk to you now about communities. They are such a big thing at the moment. So many people are starting online communities because it's amazing when you pull together a group of like-minded people who share the same vision, share the same beliefs and thoughts and the same likes. It's just such a powerful thing, and I think it's something that all of us as entrepreneurs should be doing. So let's just jump into it and talk about what people can do to create engaging communities. And I like this point about without having to create so much content, because we already are creating enough content as it is without getting swamped with creating even more content.
Isn't it the truth? It's kind of almost like information overwhelm out there. And
yes.
You join in a community to just get the tip that you want, right? Just the information that you want, just the content that you want, just the connections that you want. Because one connection can, take you all the way to where you need to be. And the biggest challenge is it's like we always playing catch up, right? Catch up with social media, catch up with content, catch up with courses, and we always feel like we're falling behind. So let's talk about for a second, what is the main reason why people join a community? And so, Carrie, when you join a community, what do you want to get out of it?
I think it's just being able to connect with the people in there, because they're the same as me. They're like-minded. I'm gonna maybe it'll be a specific area. Like recently, I was going to join a Facebook ads community because everyone's talking about Facebook ads, and I wanted to talk with them about Facebook ads and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely the like-minded people.
Right, and then there's this challenge though that it's not really you and a community, right? It's you, the computer, and some text, right? So you would post something, and then you would wait, and then you come back and check if someone read it and answered it, and then you would wait, and then if they did, you respond, and then you will wait, right? There's never real-time engagement in communities. There's never that connection, and what happens is there's not bonding, right? And there's not real, face-to-face interaction. So the communities that I'm building are based on Hangouts, as you should know, because I love Hangouts. And what happens with that is that we're totally removing geographical boundaries, right? So now we're meeting face-to-face, and we're engaging with each other, and we're getting support. So one of my clients' communities is about fitness. And for the first time, she's been selling online programs for years now, big YouTube channel, tons of, info products and all that stuff. And we started this community, and all the content, and this is the first tip, do this face-to-face with Hangouts. Allow people to really connect, unscripted, live, see you as you are, raw, no makeup, right? Just you out there. And what's beautiful about that is that you see people transforming with your community and the content that you're providing, and that's really the biggest impact. So let me share a testimonial from someone who was talking just about that. And this is not my community, but it really, embodies everything that we're talking about, where it's not just the content. So this is from Ryan Lee's community, and one of his members left a testimonial and he said, I just wanted to reiterate something that Ryan said in this training, that the content in your premium continuity program doesn't matter much. It's the community and the personal attention. I haven't watched any of the videos in this academy. I haven't used any of the virtual office hours, and I'm not going to one of the events that they're having. And yet I'm here, paying customer. They're paying $97 a month, just wanting to be part of a community. Everything else is just gravy. So if you are able to build that type of connection between people, then you're golden, because your continuity program, takes care of its own. So that's tip number one.
So can I ask a question? And maybe tip number two talks about this, I'm not sure. But how often then would you host those live hangouts? Because I noticed then that in that testimonial he said he doesn't attend the live sessions like the office hours calls.
Office hours.
The office hours calls. He doesn't attend it. So how are the Hangouts different to like doing a live office hour call?
Because office hour is mostly about, come here and ask your questions. It's not really bonding. So the way that I structure my Hangout, and that's going to go to tip number 3. So let's bring tip number 3 and then talk about it. So tip number 3 is like, how do you create a community without having to generate content all the time? So if you're doing your weekly Hangout as first 30 minutes is the content, whatever it is that you want to create, and then the other 30 minutes is the engagement. They're like, hey, what's going on? What were you struggling with? How's it going? And just meeting people where they are. That creates that bonding and creates the content for you, because that 30 minutes, you take that and you repurpose it, right? So you already have your article and your podcast and your tweets and all that stuff from those 30 minutes. And you have the content for the community. So for you, the work is only once a week, an hour in a Hangout, right? Connecting with your audience right there, and this is the time where you're actually building those relationships with people. The other days you'll be just jumping in, making sure everything's okay. You have your support team, for questions and stuff. But the real bonding happens in that hour. And then if you want to take it a step further, you put a Hangout button in your community that is just your members hanging out with each other. So let's say you met someone in the ad network that you actually wanted to ask them a question, and you're right there at the same time in the community. You jump on a Hangout, both of you, and now you build a relationship. And you're never going to go anywhere else because now you found your tribe, basically.
So how do you create a Hangout button?
Oh, super easy. I'll show you. It's there are a few ways. One, you can go to Google Developers and just grab a snippet. The easiest way is creating a Hangout in your calendar. Do you know how to do that? When you invite someone, like when you create an event in calendar, you have a little button that says add a video call. And you can just create, a meeting with no one and just create that video call and then grab that URL for the video call. It's always there. And you just grab that and add it to a button.
So let's say you're a community owner. So let's say it's the FBA and it's a members club, and would I put that on in the website? So would it be somewhere, say like in the sidebar, would there be like a little tab that says start a Hangout?
Yeah, join a Hangout.
So then someone could start it, but then it would mean that someone else would also have to be on the website at that precise moment and click on it at that precise moment to see that person.
Right, and think about the serendipity. So you can connect with each other, right? Like be like, hey, if you just happen to see each other on the website at the same time, because there are plugins that shows you who's online, right?
Okay.
So you can, Carrie, you are on the same, like, do you want to jump on the Hangout? Click on the Hangout button and we both jump in. The other thing that can happen is just, randomly, serendipitously, we both click on the Hangout, just, hey, I wonder who's there. And you're like, oh, hey, Carrie, what are you doing? Blah, blah, what are you getting out of it? So what happens with my other client with the fitness that is very interesting, we have our hour, and then they named it, and then when the host leaves, then everybody stays on, and then the real conversation happens. So the bonding really happens once a week, except, like stuff where they actually coordinate to do stuff together. But right afterwards, people stay for another hour after the training just to talk to each other.
Are they just using the chat box to the right-hand side?
No, face-to-face in video Hangout.
So if there's multiple people in there, let's say there's 20 people in there, can all the 20 people be chatting?
10 people. So Hangouts is only for 10 people.
Okay.
Yeah, so all 10 people. And you know what happens? We actually learn to be polite and close our mouths until the other person finishes talking. But it's amazing because really there's like big bonding and tons of help comes out of it. Tons of support, people step up, they offer to start supporting the community on their own, going like, hey, you know what, I have a skill in this, I think people might like it, and start offering their own services for free just to benefit the community. Now think about all that content, and this is tip number 3, let your user generate the content. So when your users feel that this is their home, that's their community, it's not a fan club or it's not, just waiting for someone else to do something, when they feel empowered to do stuff, then they step up and they want to be moderators, they want to host Hangouts, they want to do training, they want to provide, videos and stuff like that. Ta-da! You're done.
I love your tips, that's amazing. Have you got more information about this that goes into more detail over on your website?
It's getting there. But what I wanted to offer so let me say tip number 3, which is gamifying. And gamifying the whole thing, right? So gamification means that you give them little challenges, and as they solve those challenges, they get points, and they level up, they unlock access to better things. So let's say you need to write, like, you want them to get into the habit of blog writing. So you're like, okay, every day you submit a blog, press this button, and you get 2 points. By the end, if you did it for a whole week, you get a bonus 100 points, whatever. And when you say, okay, level 1, you need 500 points. And when they got to level 1, they get, congratulations, you now unlock this super awesome video that nobody else saw, for example. So for you, it's all automated, but for them, it's kind of like you're making sure that they're actually taking actions, and it's all in a fun game. It's kind of like you can even give them badges and say, like, this is the best blogger of the week, whatever it is. And now it starts 2 things. One, it gives them recognition and status, right? Because I'm level 5, you're level 4. So level 5 can help level 1, rise up. They feel confident because they mastered something. And it makes them build habits, which is really what you need for transformation. So when you have your community, it's not just for people to blah, 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 blah. There's actually something that needs to happen. And you give them awesome stuff every month, right? So how many people are taking action on that? Well, when you gamify it, you can really see who's taking action, who's getting points, and when you celebrate them every week on your Hangout, it actually motivates them to keep going and step up. And that, if you design the game so that, let's say it takes 3 months to level up to level 5, and level 5, bonus is like super awesome, you got them paying for 5 months, right? And after 5 months, it's a habit, and it's a home, it's a community, it's people knowing each other, and your continuity is secured.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So good.
So what I'm doing is I'm building this entire system so that if you ever wanted to do that, you have a platform. It's not done. It's getting there. But what I can offer you guys is a little training on how to do Hangouts, and how to test your settings, and how to invite people, and how to check out the lights and make sure everything's fine, how to have a green screen, and all that other goodies. So if you want that, I can definitely give you a URL.
Yeah. We'll leave the link then in the post below so that people can access all of that. That's amazing. I love all these tips you've just shared. I feel like my mind is like the cogs in it are turning, and I'm like, oh, I need to try things out. So thank you so much for coming to share all that with us. I think it's so powerful, and everything, like, community is so powerful. And then what you're saying about empowering people to feel like they're not just someone in this community, but there's someone who can actually take action in the community and host a hangout or create the content and be part of it in a much more significant way. And I think that is just such a clever thing to do on so many different levels. So thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It's my mission in life to really help people connect, and I keep trying to figure out because you and I know our best friends and the people who get us are not necessarily living right. They're not our neighbors. They're usually in a different country. So how do you connect with them in a real way? And that's the best way I found so far. So I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. I hope you have all enjoyed it just as much as I have. I'm excited to hear what you think about it. Leave a comment below and let us know whether you have a community. If you do have a community, let us know. You share a link, let us know what it is, and also let us know whether you're going to actually implement this stuff in your own community, or maybe you already do. Let us know. I'd be really interested to hear all of the stuff that you're doing over in the comments. So get involved in that, and I will see you next week for another 10-minute masterclass.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch one of our videos. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I've got something really exciting that I would love to send your way. We have created the Make It Happen guided visualization for you to listen to every single day for the next 30 days to help you to condition yourself to make incredible things happen. And along with that, we have the Make It Happen workbook to help you to get really clear on your goals, to get so much focus and clarity, to make a plan of action so you know what you need to do and when you need to do it. So if you would love us to send them your way, then all you need to to do is subscribe to the email list below and they will be on their way to you. So definitely do that and come and join an incredible group of women who are so passionate and determined to achieve amazing things and build successful businesses. And I will see you next week for another 10-minute masterclass.